Yeah, Cliff, can you share with us, congratulations, sorry, can you share with us any anecdote on Coach Tom Landry, and what would be the most fantastic play you ever seen in the history of 100 years of the National Football League?
Wow. That's a tricky question. Well, you know, the most, you know, Tom Landry was not an emotional guy. You know, I just know that one time that he told me to, in Chicago, told me to fair catch a punt, and I didn't, and I did, and I fumbled it, and the ball went out of bounds. We lost the game, and he didn't have to say anything. He looked at me, and I could tell by his look on his face that he wasn't happy with me. So he was a coach with expression. He was a man that, you know, what he said, one of the things that was probably the most significant said, he said, when we came back from training camp, he said, I want to tell you guys, the team, something right now. He said, my priorities are God, family, and football, and which was the way he lived his life and the way he coached and he directed the team. And I could hear some of the background of the guys, some guys saying, man, we're in trouble. We went on to 5 Super Bowls, you know, during that decade, and it was the way he lived his life. You know? And what was the other side of
the most fantastic play for you?
Well, that's a really interesting question. You know, we're playing so many. You know, I think you know, one of the most fantastic plays that I can remember is from the catch, they call it, and Drew Pearson, the Minnesota game, in our playoff game that we went to I don't remember what year it was. There were so many playoff games we went to, but he made a great catch. Great catch, in which won the game for us and put us into Super Bowl 13, I think, which we won. So that was a phenomenal catch. Drew Pearson was a great player. So,
thank you.
Any more questions?
Habla poquito español.
Habla español.
En Panamá, cuando muchacho, para 3 años. Mi español, vivo en Panamá para 3 años. Mi español es simpático. Simpático.
Yes. Great. How long you been living in Panama?
Para 3.
Oh yes. I used to,
you know,
in Panama City.
In a little town called Divisa. A little ciudad called Divisa on the Pacific coast. My dad was in agriculture then, and taught the Panamanians farming techniques. We lived there he was a teacher.
Oh, that's great. I used to live in Panama 2 years also.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, so it's a good one.
Well, see, Divisa is kind of northwest, northwest of Panama City, and my brother was born in the Canal Zone. So, you know, I love Spanish, and I think it's a wonderful language, and that's my next goal is to get back where I'm more fluent in Espanol.
That's good. Actually, last night we were talking with people from Cable Onda, with broadcasters.
You were?
Cable Onda, yeah.
In Panama?
No, here in the media center, the people from Panama, yeah, with Juan Carlos Boyd and David Zacata.
Oh, really? Oh, wow.
National Football League broadcasters.
Oh, broadcasters, that would be really interesting. I wish I could have been there. Habla español con todos the ciudades in Panama.
Cliff, how does it feel? Well, congratulations for being part of the Hall of Fame class 2020. How does it feel to be a Hall of Famer?
Well, Muchas gracias. Thank you. It feels, I mean, knowing that you're a part of, you know, they were doing the math, you're a part of an elite group that is, the numbers are so large, and considering that I came from a very small college, Ouachita Baptist in Arkansas, and the odds were completely against me, makes me think that, you know, I'm a blessed guy, you know, and that it's very fortunate to have made it to the Hall of Fame.
Cliff, talking about the Dallas Cowboys, what do you think the Dallas Cowboys needs to do in order to come back and to win a Super Bowl?
Well, we've got a new coach, and I'm hoping that the coach, I believe that we've got the talent. I believe that we got the talent in the Cowboys because it seems that we do. And there was something missing. Something was missing out of that equation. Was it the head coach? Who knows? If it wasn't the head coach, was it players? Well, maybe the new head coach can figure out what has been missing. I'm hoping that it is something that they can overcome, and it's fire and leadership and discipline, and go back to the Super Bowl again.
Yeah, tell us what's the most admired people or player or head coach you admire in your career in the NFL?
Well, Coach Tom Landry, of course, was my coach. I mean, his system was the flex defensive back as me. I fit his system perfectly. I've played started as a rookie, and he knew that I got his system, and he and I had an immediate link, and he was a great, great coach. And, you know, obviously that we went into, 5 Super Bowls in 10 years, where I was fortunate enough to play that, but it's I think he was, you know, he's the man. That's the one I think about.
Yeah, and you are in touch with some of your teammates?
Yes. Oh, yes. You know, I mean, I talked to, you know, Leroy Jordan and Roger Staubach. I saw here Charlie Waters. I talk about too all the time, and Drew Pearson. I stay in touch with all those guys. They're like my brothers. You know.
And you join?
Huh?
You join? You used to join in the year sometime? Join together?
Oh yes, we get together. I'm on the board of Juvenile Diabetes Research Foundation. We have a big charity golf tournament. This year we're going to have a special meeting of Doomsday Defense 2 in June. So we're going to get them all back together. I'm going to pull them all back together.
Okay. Cliff, talking about this Super Bowl, who do you think is going to win tomorrow? What's your prediction and why?
Well, I'm a defensive-oriented guy, and I like the defense. Just see strong defenses, and both of them have great defenses. San Francisco may have a little edge on that, but I think that so then you go back to the quarterback, and Mahomes is going to be such a. I mean, I thought they're going to win the Super Bowl at the beginning. He got hurt, and now he's back. I think that he's got the potential. Both Garoppolo is great too, but the edge I think is Kansas City.
Is there any other thing you want to add?
Well, I'm just a thankful guy. I'm a blessed guy that, we all the world, we need to, I wish the United States would come together like a Dallas Cowboys team or a Kansas City team and come together in peace and harmony and work together to make America a great company the country that it is.
2 more questions. Who do you think is the best defensive guy in the NFL in the history and the best quarterback?
That's a tough question.
Oh, and the running back, 3.
Oh, well,
favorite.
Well, I mean, Roger Staubach, I have to say Roger Staubach was then I have to throw in Terry Bradshaw and Joe Namath because I've always loved those guys. But there are so many. That was my era time. And, the best
defensive player.
Defensive player. You have to go. I mean, I've always seen that Dick Butkus was the beast that took over the world, and I think he was probably the one that in my time and era there was that I think.
And what about the running back?
Well, there are great like Earl Campbell was the hardest one in my era. O.J. Simpson was the incredible player that had all the ingredients, but I think Earl would be probably the toughest one that I would pick.
Great. You know, in Mexico there's a huge base of Cowboys fans, huge, and we also have one game per year in the Estadio Azteca. Well, can you share us a message for the Mexican Dallas Cowboys fans?
Yes, well, I have a cousin.
In Spanish, you go one.
And I have a cousin in San Miguel de Allende. My cousin is Jaime Fernandez Martinez Harris, and he owns the Instituto de Allende there. And I want to reach out to him and say, buenos dias, and you know, mi español is no bueno. Esto practico mi español, practico mi español, and habla más bueno otra vez.
Okay, Cliff, it's been a pleasure to be with you, and have a good one. God bless you.